For the start of today's example, we're going to begin in the MSP's instance of SyncroMSP. We're going to start to show you what you would be able to see, and then I'll show you what Mission Control sees on their side. This is a ticket that we've searched for, ticket number 4258, and this ticket could have been created in a number of different ways. It could have been made by an RMM alert, some other integration, an end user could have sent in an email. In this case, we've manually created the ticket. I've actually manually created the ticket, and we're going to create it as a test case. This is a test ticket, obviously, but we're going to pretend that Maria has lost a file and we've created a ticket for somebody to resolve this issue. So let's dive into the ticket. This is a standard ticket, should look exactly as you would expect. Again, you'll get the ticket number and details at the top. And I'm going to dive in at the bottom just shortly, but one of the things other than the status, because now the ticket is resolved, but I will show you how it got there, is that this ticket was assigned to Support Desk. Now, Support Desk is a resource or user inside of SyncroMSP, and that is the name that in this instance of Syncro, that this MSP has assigned the Mission Control resource to be called. They could have called it NOC, Mission Control, HelpDesk. In this case, they call it Support Desk, but the name is fully customizable. The type is also customizable, as are things like labor types and other sorts of details here. You're also going to see when the ticket was created by me, and you're going to see who the customer is. Very standard ticket. In order to understand more details about the work that was done, we need to go to the bottom of the ticket because that's where the history of a ticket and the life of a ticket actually starts. You can see that I've submitted the initial issue here as this is a test. Maria's lost her Word document. Please help her find it. It was done today. This is today's date at 8:59 a.m. That's all that happens when you create any normal ticket, but then some interesting things start to happen. The first thing that happens when a ticket is assigned to the Mission Control resource inside of Syncro is that you're going to see a private note get created. The purpose of this private note is that it shows you that it's from Mission Control, and you'll notice that this was just a few minutes later, but you'll notice that the ticket has been added to Mission Control and this is the Mission Control ticket number on Mission Control's side. So everybody knows the other side's ticket number. We can always find it very, very easily. And there's no question that Mission Control got the ticket and that we got it at a particular time and what our ticket number is. One of the things we also do at the very top of a ticket is that there are a couple of custom fields. We've noted that the ticket has been bridged. This got set to yes when that private note was created. And there's a field now for our ticket number, which makes these fields searchable. So it's very quick and easy to find these details. Above when the Mission Control ticket was received, we now have a private note from an individual, Rocco V at Mission Control now has this ticket. You can see that Mission Control is gathering the information, but that's his note, and he's created it, again, about 10 minutes later since we got the ticket. So now there's no question, not only does Mission Control have the ticket, but there's a specific individual who's looking into the issue. A little bit later, we're now going to see a time entry, which is what you'd expect to see. RV or Rocco V is the initial on this time entry. And again, you'll note that everything is time-stamped with SyncroMSP. There's no question about when things happened. In this case, we were working with Maria on her computer. We can see that the work was done. He called the user, he did some work, and eventually he did find the file and recover it for her, asked the user to verify. This is what you would typically see. As part of the time entry, what Rocco also did is he noted some extra details that the client won't see. So remember, any private note the client will not see, that's very standard. Anything that's a time entry, they will see, as well as any public notes. The public note was always something like this. You can see it highlighted, whereas the private notes show differently. But in this case, Rocco also noted that there is some low disk space, low memory, and that there is a recommended upgrade at hand. So he's not only done the work to resolve Maria's issue, but he's also gone to do the recommendations. So that summarizes essentially what you would see in the details of communication, as well in the labor log. If I view the labor log, which has a 12-minute entry here, once I view the labor log, you're able to see here that, again, the time entry was created at 9:24. It was done by the Support Desk resource within SyncroMSP. It was for 12 minutes, and here's the details. So not only is it that there's communication, but it also goes into the labor log for billing. Now that we've looked at what the MSP can see inside SyncroMSP, let's see what Mission Control can see on our side. I've got another tab open here, and one of the things that you would have noted is that we've done a search for ticket 0043. If you remember in the SyncroMSP version, in the MSP's version of this, we had ticket number 0043 as the Mission Control ticket number. We also saw that down here in the initial sync, 0043. And so what I would do is go over here and search for that ticket number, and I can see that this ticket number also lines up with 4258. That's the ticket we had inside Syncro. We had the same title. In this case, the way that it shows is SynDev, but M&R Creations was the customer that we had this ticket for, M&R Creations right there. The ticket did have a resource on it. This would have shown Rocco V while the ticket was in progress. There's no reason for Rocco to still be assigned to the ticket because it's completed. So we have marked that completed. And again, here you can see that it's been completed as much as the ticket was resolved on the Syncro side. So let's dive in. When I open this ticket, you can see that pretty well everything we expect to be here is accurate. We've got the client, we've got the correct title, we've got the correct description. Everything here is fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this side by side. Now we can see them beside each other. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down to the very bottom of the ticket, which again is where the life of a ticket starts. We can first see that there is a bridge note. This notes that the ticket has been added to MSP as ticket 4258. This is exactly the same as what the MSP sees, except that the MSP sees what our ticket number is, and we see what their ticket number is. So again, no question about what's going on. That happened at 9:05. Everybody sees what the other side's ticket number is. Remember how large Mission Control is on visibility and transparency. Okay? We want you to see what we're doing. We need you to be able to audit us and hold us accountable. The next thing that we see are a couple of notes that happened at the same time. That's just the way the integration works. And then we see Rocco's note that he's working on it. And again, we can see that here. Rocco's working on it. We see the detail of the note. We see that it's there. There's, again, no question now. Mission Control has it, and also who's got it. We can also see the different resources here. That was me on the Syncro side, and this is Rocco on the Mission Control side. The next thing we're going to look at is that time entry. And again, the time entry looks exactly the same. The details of what Rocco put in are here on both sides. What's interesting is the way that we have to note it on our side is as a single time entry. In our PSA system, it allows us to put a time entry and an internal note in the same entry, but we do separate it for the purposes of Syncro. So here's the time entry that the client gets to see, and here's the private note that was the internal note over in our system that came over, and that's where Rocco notes the extra details. All the time details are here. You can see that the time was at 9:20. You can also see that the time was 0.2 hours, right? What's interesting about the time, though, that's just the way that it shows. 0.2 hours is 12 minutes. 9:08 to 9:20 is 12 minutes. If you recall, when we check the labor log here, we've got a time entry of 12 minutes. So the time entries are accurate to the minute, which means that all of your billing and all of your reporting is going to be perfect. All the details about the ticket when you finally get it are done. You can see here the ticket is complete. We know the ticket is resolved on this side. Everything about the integration worked flawlessly in this case, and that is exactly what you should expect with the integration with SyncroMSP. We look forward to working with you.